Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a makeup tutorial today, which I haven't done in forever. I did post one a few days ago, but it was pre-recorded, so really I haven't done one in a long time. But I'm really excited about this one because it's a summer look, and I pretty much do summer looks all year round, but because it's like accepted and okay, and it's actually summer, and so it's actually appropriate, don't know why I'm doing these, I can do it and say that it's summer. So I'm so sorry for this lighting ahead of time. It may go in and out and slightly change here and there. I am planning on getting real lights instead of natural lighting when we move, but for right now, this is what I'm dealing with, so bear with me. So the first thing I do is just clip back my hair. I feel like it's just easier because then you have more room to work with and you're not worried about getting makeup in your hair, especially if you have darker hair. Like, it is very obvious when you get makeup in your hair, so it's just easier to pull it back. Why am I explaining that? I don't know. But then I'm going to take Maybelline's Master Conceal Concealer for my eye primer. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Hey. Okay, now that I have my eyes primed, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette in the color Haven, and I'm gonna take pretty much like a lot and tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna put it all over just so it's easier to blend my eyeshadows and they don't like stick to the concealer and stay in one place, and it makes it very difficult to blend. Next, I'm gonna take a blending brush by BS Small. Next, I'm gonna take this Tartelette in Bloom palette by Tarte, duh. And I'm gonna take the shade Smarty Pants, and I'm gonna generously coat my brush. Again, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna blend this into my crease just for a good blending color. And I'm not really making it just go in the crease, I'm pushing it up as well. It is really hard for me to blend my left eye. Like, I have no idea why, but it really is difficult. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with another BS Small brush that's a little more like slanted, but still blendable. Slanted, angled, duh. And then I'm gonna go in with this Wishes Come True palette in the shade Midnight Magnificent, and put this in my outer corner. Wow, I think I need a mirror for that. Now this one I'm putting more on the outer corner. It's not a very pigmented color, so you will need to layer it up if you own it. This is sold at Sephora for like 10 bucks. Okay, next I'm gonna take my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette again in the shade Silk Teddy. These colors are really hard for me to get to stick to my eyes. It seems like I struggle with that a lot with my eyeshadows. I'm not sure if it's the brushes I'm using or what, but it's definitely a struggle of mine, so I have to pack on the color a lot, like a lot. Then I'm gonna go in with my blending brush again and take the same palette and take the color Nudie, which is just a little bit more darker brown, like a chocolatier brown. And then I'm going to put this in my crease just so there's a little bit more depth. I didn't like that there wasn't very much depth, or my crease was not like showing how I wanted it to. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this flatter brush. I've had this brush for literally like ever, and I don't know where I got it. It kind of looks like, oh, Coastal Scents. I have no idea. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray this with some L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray on one side. Definitely not a little bit, seemed like I sprayed the whole bottle on there. And then I'm gonna take the Wishes Come True. I'm gonna take Nighttime Glow, and I'm gonna pack this on the inner to outer corners. Oh, Fallout Girl. This is why I always do my eyeshadow first. Well, I try, if I remember. Sometimes I forget. But just because otherwise I tend to get fallout all over my face, and then it just doesn't look pretty, and it's kind of difficult to get off sometimes. Then I'm gonna go back in with a blending brush in the Tartelette in Bloom palette with the Smarty Pants color, and just add a little bit more to my crease just to blend that crease color along with the whitish silver color that I just put, just so it looks like blended and it doesn't look like crazy. The thing I've learned with makeup, like, that helps me the most, and I feel like when I see makeup gurus or beauty gurus doing their makeup, the thing that helps the most is just to like blend a million times. Like blending and layering colors, like all different kinds of colors. Well, maybe not all different kinds, if that's what you like, but you know what I mean. Like, just really layering your colors, it helps a lot. And so I've been like trying to do that more, and I've noticed makes a huge difference in my makeup, like totally transforms the looks. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with, again, an angled blending brush, and I'm gonna spray this brush as well with my setting spray, and then, girl. I'm gonna take Funny Girl in this Tartelette palette, and I'm gonna put this on my inner corner. And then while it's wet, I'm gonna take a dry blending brush, if I can find one, and take that same color and just put it over where it's wet, just to really like intensify it. Now at this point I see a lot of people going in with like colored eyeliners with like gel yellows or gel purples, which is really, really pretty. I don't think I'm gonna do that just because this is my like everyday look, and I, one, wouldn't take the time to do that every day, and two, also wouldn't wear a colored gel eyeliner every single day, so I'm gonna skip that. But if this was more of like an intensified look or like more of a party, summer party kind of look, I would add like a fun eyeliner either on top or the bottom. At this point, I'm gonna skip eyeliner altogether. Some people like to do eyeliner, but I just have really found it to be a hassle to use eyeliner lately. So I'm gonna skip that and just go straight to mascara. And I'm gonna be using the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes mascara. I've never tried this mascara before, but it has like the cutest packaging, and I really hope I like it, because I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me say this if this is not your first time watching, but I always, like, I literally hate mascara. Like, I want to get eyelash extensions so bad. I like this one. It doesn't layer it on too quickly, it seems like. The only thing is the brush is a little big for my small eyes. I poked myself in the eye. Why do I never see beauty gurus poke themselves in the eye? Do they not do that ever? Okay, now that I'm all done with the eyes, I'm gonna do my face. Now, you guys know I've been doing this technique forever, but I'm gonna talk about it again just in case you've never watched my channel before. I love argan oil. This is the Purador argan oil. I'm not necessarily saying you need to get this brand. It is a good brand, but all brands would probably work the same. And I take a very generous amount, and I just put it in my hand, like all of it, and then I put it all over my face. And for me, it acts like a primer and a moisturizer and really just makes my skin glow. And because this is a summer look, and definitely since like a dewy look is in right now, this really helps just make it super dewy. Now, it is very oily. Like, after, you feel like a just oily mess, but when you put your foundation on, it really blends. So today I'm going to be using this Sonia Cashew concealer, which you guys know I love. Okay, we're going to use this. This is a foundation brush by Sephora, and I'm almost out of this stuff. This is like my third one of these. I love these. And I'm just gonna get a generous amount, and usually I would do concealer after, but my dark circles have been like terrible lately, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on before and after, but two different kinds. And I'm just gonna put this where my dark circles where my dark circles are. Now, I've noticed this concealer, if you do own it, I've noticed it works a lot better if you blend with your fingers. So I'm kind of just gonna put it where it needs to go, but then I'm gonna go in and blend with my finger. And I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics foundation, which I love this stuff. I don't think I've ever used it in a makeup tutorial before, but I have always been like a diehard for the 3-in-1 foundation, and I've used it in every tutorial that I ever have up on the internet. But I've been loving this stuff. It just like doesn't take much. I use a lot, obviously, but it doesn't take much at all. That's why, like, at first I was worried because it is kind of pricey, and it comes in that tiny container, and I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck. So I was a little disappointed, but then when I realized how little it takes to cover your face, I was like, oh, I get it now. So I use literally like barely any, and look, like this side of my face is covered. My face does look super oily, guys, but don't worry, it doesn't look this oily in the end, but that just like, see how good the argan oil is. And you could totally use less. I use a lot of argan oil because I'm like obsessed with it. So I'm just gonna keep on blending this everywhere. Now, I try to put less, this is not a good example because I just put way too much, but I try to put less foundation on my forehead because I have wrinkles or expression lines, I like to pretend. So the makeup always sets into those no matter what foundation or setting powder I use, but when I use less, it doesn't. So if you're having a problem with that, just try and use less, like, you know, make sure it's even with the rest of your face, but not like overdoing it. So I'm gonna take the Master Conceal by Maybelline, and I'm going to open it. This is in the shade 10 Fair, and I'm just gonna put like 3 dots under each eye. Now, because I put the concealer on first, I don't need to go crazy, but I still do wanna put a good amount because my eyes are just so dark. I feel like the camera doesn't really show it, but if you watch my vlog channel, you've seen probably that I haven't been wearing makeup the past few days, and my eyes have just been like terrible. We're gonna go in with a setting powder. Now, I use translucent powder just because I have such a full coverage. I don't really need a powder with coverage. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take a generous amount of powder. And I'm gonna take my Wet Beauty blender, and I'm going to just take a little bit. I'm not gonna bake this part of my face, and I'm just gonna go under my eye area. This is like my favorite way to set my eyes right now, because before I was using a brush and I feel like it didn't really get like up in my eye, like, you know what I mean, like very close to my eye. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit and also put it on my forehead because again, I crease very easily up there, so I wanna set it pretty much right away because I feel like my chin, like I said, comes off a lot. And I was watching a Jaclyn Hill tutorial and she said to try this. So here I am trying this. Girl, better work. Okay, now there's a little bit of powder left on. It looks like a lot, but it's really only a little bit. And I'm just gonna go once around like that just because when I put my contour, I don't want it to like immediately stick to my foundation just because it is such a dewy foundation. It will grab on and I don't really want that because then the bronzer will not look very hot tamales. So I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. brush, a very puffy, loose-haired, long-haired brush. And I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer, and I'm gonna take a good amount. Oh, it's pretty pigmented. I've never tried this before, girl, and it looks amazing. I'm just gonna lightly go like this, and I don't want to like defined contour today, but I do want like a bronzy look just because after all, it's summer. I can't be looking pale like I really am, so we'll fake it till we make it, ladies and gents. This stuff is amazeballs, girl. This is a very pretty bronzer, can I just say? Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with another blending brush that's by BS Small. I do have a lot of different ones, so don't worry, I'm not using the same brush for all the same things. And just kind of go into my nose. Now, I'm not like one of those people who can spend hours like contouring their nose. Like, I'm just not about that life. That was so lame of me to say, but I just don't like taking the time because I don't hate my nose. Next, I'm gonna take this brush, which I got off Amazon. It's a pretty popular brush. I think the one that's actually popular is name brand, but I don't know. I got this one off Amazon to see if it's even like useful. And I'm just gonna go like this just to clean up bronzer, just to clean up the contour, just because I did use a very big brush. I don't want it to be like everywhere. Don't know why I'm doing things in such an odd order today, but you know, girl, it's fine. So I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. I take an eyeshadow. I take the color Naked 2 from the Naked Basics palette. And I basically just like follow my natural brows. Okay, now that I finished my brows, I'm just gonna take this and brush it away. Oh girl, these brows are not on fleek today, but none of this makeup is on fleek today. Why is it not working out? Frustrating? Definitely. And then I'm gonna go in and take Honey Pot from the Too Faced Natural Eyes, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner of my eyes. And then I'm going to take, again, this pink blending brush and take Heaven from the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette and just put that in the middle. And I put a good amount of it because I really want my eyes to be popping and bright because it's summer. Who doesn't want it popping and bright? I'm also gonna take a little bit of my highlighter later and probably put a little bit in my eyes just because this isn't as light as I would like it to be. I hate how the lighting, another thing about using lighting, like natural lighting when you're doing makeup videos, is I feel like it doesn't pick up the color. Like a lot of what is going on my face, you cannot see on camera, and it's kind of frustrating. For blush, I'm going to take this Sephora brush and this Tarte Doll Face blush, and just put this on the apples of my cheek, but also kind of wipe it backwards. Okay, now for a highlight. You guys know I love the Jaclyn Hill palette, but today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and this is the That Glow palette. I believe there's 2 different palettes, maybe 3. I think they just came out with a new one. And I'm going to take an e.l.f. tapered, like it goes up and about like so. Here we go again, Kira explaining brushes. And I'm going to take Dipping in Gold and Bubbly. Yes. And I'm gonna put this on the apples of my cheeks and of course up here. I really like to put it on my cheeks recently. I feel like it just looks so gorgeous. Had to steal that idea from Jaclyn. Pretty much everything I've ever learned is from Jaclyn. Okay, now for my bottom mascara, I'm gonna use this. Why can I not remember what this is called? This is like such a popular mascara, but I took the thing off of it. So it's just the green and pink mascara. You can get it at any drugstore. It's been around forever, but I love to use this for my bottom lashes. Like, I don't know, it works so well. Okay, for lips, I'm going to try out this Vivid Matte Lipstick. I totally said I was gonna be wearing a gloss. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But this is the Vivid Matte Lipstick by Maybelline. This is my first time trying this. It's very pink, as you guys can see. I do wear pink lipsticks a lot, but never tried this pink of a liquid lip. Okay, it takes a lot of layering with this specific color. I heard these were really popular, and I'm not too sure why, because for how much I had to put on, but if it stays, I guess that is what matters the most. Now, lastly, I'm just gonna take my setting spray, which is the L'Oreal Infallible. Take a bath in it. Jeez, like, do I really need that much? So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. It's definitely very like dewy and shiny and bright, and that's what I'm loving lately. And it seems like that's kind of what everybody else is loving too, so there's definitely nothing wrong with it. But I definitely apologize for how all over the place this video was. We'll just take a minute to take that in. So I do apologize for that, but after all, I'm not a professional. This is what I do for fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you have any other makeup tutorials that you would like to see in such a crazy and organized way, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. That was weird. Hello. I love peachy. I am so sorry for this lighting. I had a hand. My gosh, magnificent. I don't know how to say that. Girl, you're spilling on me. Person, do what you need to do. I don't have time to worry about what you're doing, but I personally believed that everything happens for a reason, and I was destined to keep him or her, him, but at the time I didn't know. So yeah, I never considered those things, and either did Oscar. Next question is by